You know, guys, recently I've been properly enjoying this, and you guys at home told me to pick up the Typhon. Well, I did. Come on, let's have a look. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Chris with the C. Thank you very much for joining me today. Okay, guys, recently, as you know, I've been thoroughly enjoying these little Mojave Grom BLX 223s. Absolutely awesome little truck, honestly, and the fact that you can kind of put it in a backpack and off you go and just have a lot of fun with it. Honestly, it's been awesome, especially when I have a bit of downtime. I want to kind of collect my thoughts, go out, little park, something like that, and just bash it around and have a lot of fun. Now, you guys in the comments actually told me to go ahead and pick up the Typhon, and I did kind of an hour about it originally, and I thought, well, you know, I've got the Mojave, do I really need it? As soon as I started driving the Mojave, I was like, okay, yeah, I need this. Now, I am a big buggy fan, as you know. Okay, thoroughly enjoy my buggies, and we've had enough of them on the channel, and I thought, well, you know, if I've got one, I may as well have the other. You know, you can't just have one, can you? Okay, so I want to say a huge thank you to the guys at Modelsport, Jules and all the guys for hooking me up, guys. I will put a link in the description where you can pick this buggy up from. I didn't actually get a discount or anything like that on the car. I purchased it at full retail price. It was just the fact that they could get it to me next day, and yeah, the service is always good there, so I've never really had a problem with Modelsport. They've been absolutely awesome. What I'm going to do now is obviously dive down on the table. We'll take a quick look at the car, and in this video we will take the car out and give it a bash about. We'll charge some packs up and then just go and enjoy it, and I can give you my thoughts on how this performs. Now, I dare say I'm going to like it just as much as the Mojave, but I'm interested to know the driving characteristics of each car, which one I would suggest for which user, and maybe you guys at home can take an informed decision. Now, if you haven't seen the Mojave video on the channel and you'd like to know the difference, guys, there will be a link in the description where you can go and watch it, or you've only got to search for Mojave Grom in the playlist and it'll come up. Again, huge thank you to you guys at home watching all the videos. All the likes, shares and subscribes go on the channel, absolutely epic. And yeah, come on then, let's dive down on the table and take a look, shall we? Come on then. Right guys, so on the table we have the ARRMA Typhon Grom BLX 223. Absolutely awesome little package. Like I say, I have thoroughly enjoyed the Mojave. I've been bashing this about and having a lot of fun with it, and we'll do a little comparison with that in a moment. Now, the car itself, you get three different versions. Okay, so you get, obviously this one is the one that comes without the battery and the charger, whereas obviously with the Mojave I picked it up with the charger and the battery, so I've already got batteries and I've got a charger, and there's no need for me to pick it up. Now here in the UK this actually retails for $189.99, and for good reason. I will say, obviously, some people might think this is a little bit expensive, but personally you get a really good product for your money, and I will say ARRMA have done an absolutely awesome job with this Grom range, especially obviously the 2 to 3S brushless versions. I really like them. I want to say a huge thank you to Jules and the guys at Modelsport for hooking me up. Like I say, I did pay full retail price for this car, but the reason why I was happy to pick them up off them is I actually got next day delivery, and I've always been top notch for me, so I've got no issues there. Now, this car, guys, it does have something called dynamic stability control. What that means essentially is your gyro, so it'll keep the car steady. It's got 4 different options, basically keeping the car steady at speed. You can turn it off altogether, but I quite like it on option 4, especially on the Mojave. Didn't really have an issue with it, and especially when the car started breaking loose, this really kicked in and worked. It is definitely, when they state on the box here 50 mile an hour, I will say ARRMA have great pride in taking this, because there are some companies out there that will state speeds on vehicles, and when you go to drive the vehicle, unfortunately it doesn't actually perform as it should. But ARRMA being ARRMA, I will say they've always done a good job of keeping to their word, and the speeds normally relate to what the car does. Okay, now this is all dependent on driving conditions, location, condition of the floor, that sort of thing. So, you know, don't expect to put this on thick grass, get a 50 mile an hour, maybe with a battery that isn't up to the job on a very cold day, because it's not going to happen. Okay, this is all down to the conditions you're in. Now, a little bit of information on the side of the box. Obviously, you can see steel axles and aluminium hexes. Now, typical Typhon styling, as they tell you here. Spectrum, a 4500 kV motor with a 25mm fan in front of it to cool it down. Now I will say, I did find on the Mojave that fan was a little bit anemic, and I am planning on putting the fan on, so that is that, okay. It comes with the 25 amp ESC. You've got the adjustable turnbuckles, fully metal shocks and CVDs. And I will say the shock package, I do like that, honestly. As you can see inside the car, the Spectrum 2-in-1 ESC and receiver. And also, what I mentioned in the previous video, I do like the speed table, and it's quite accurate, to be honest with you. They give you what sort of gearing, stock gearing, the beginner levels on 2S and 3S, and that will kind of replicate what sort of speed you should expect out of the car. Now, on the other versions, it actually comes with a USB charger, not this one, but there is a charger that comes with it, and also comes with a 2S battery. Okay, now the 2S battery I believe is 1400 mAh 2S, but you can get a 3S for it. A little bit of information on the side, the colorway and all that jazz. So we are going to get out the box. You are greeted straight away with the car, guys, so let's just get that out. Bit of information there. We got the car, and then inside the box we should have, 2 seconds, your controller. So this is the SLT2 with DSC, and a little package inside there. Right, let's move the box and everything away. I'm going to pause 2 seconds, come straight back. Right guys, so on the table is the Typhon 223S BLX. Big shout out again to guys at Modelsport. As I say, I picked the car up for the purpose of, well, to be honest with you, for myself. There wasn't a purpose of review or anything. I paid full retail for the car, but fair shout to Jules and the guys, got it out to me next day. They've always been spot on, and yeah, really enjoy using Modelsport. I will put a link in the description to where you can actually pick the car up. First things first, guys, is obviously the look of the vehicle. Typical Typhon. He's got that kind of swoopy tail towards the rear end, facing up towards the wing here. Again, the wing is very flexible. I've got no issues. But you want that on a basher, definitely. You want a little bit of flex, because if it does land on the wing, you want it to be able to bend and not snap, so that is good. Shocks feel absolutely awesome. You've got these big stout arms coming out here. Again, should be nice and flexible for bashing. Again, I've not had any issues on the Mojave with any parts. I've kicked the living daylights out of that, quite honestly. And yeah, just a really nice looking little package here. Now, I will say here in the UK, I would like to see some classes held with the Typhon and also the Mojave. I think it'll open up a lot of doors for newcomers to the hobby that might get put off by spending a lot of money on a vehicle to maybe go racing with. And look, like you've probably seen the videos being up on the channel recently. A lot of me and my friends we go bash racing, should we call it, and we have a lot of fun. And something like this would be absolutely epic, with a bunch of you flying around, let's say a car park or a dusty area, and just having a lot of fun. I think this is where ARRMA has really kind of set themselves out in a big way. Is they're accessible to everyone and good quality at the same time. So let's just kind of zoom in by there with the car. There you go. Okay, so to release the body, you've got a little clip here, and obviously the front comes off. So there is the Typhon body, guys. I've got it in the silver and black and grey. Really nice clipless system. You push on the front there, that releases on a little clip at the front of the car here, and then obviously all you do, you've got that clip goes into the rear of the shock tower there. So that clips in like so, and then push that down and it's on. I will say it's on. There you go. No, there you go. Right, but yeah, no problems with the Lexan. Nice and tough, don't just blast. On the inside, then inside, guys, you're greeted obviously with the electrics package. In the car we have a 4500 kV motor. Very responsive. I found it to be absolutely awesome on the Mojave, and on the Typhon I have noticed straight away, let me just get the Mojave in here 2 seconds just so I can show you. And I'm wondering why this is possibly the reason why the Mojave is maybe having a little bit more heat issues than what I anticipated. Now, I don't mean that it's breaking, but it does need to take a break if you're hammering it around for 10-15 minutes sometimes, especially in the warm weather we're having at the moment. But if you put the two cars together here, let's move them up closer. I have noticed on the Mojave the chassis seems to be smaller in this sense, so the motor is moved forward. That will also help with handling, so all your electrics are more centralized in the center, whereas the Mojave, they've moved it out towards the back. And if you look, the gearbox here is smaller and the gearbox is bigger here, but your gap between your fan is literally blowing straight onto the motor, so it's quite possibly that this will cope with the heat a little bit better. Move the Mojave out of the way a sec. Okay, inside you've then got obviously your wiring and everything facing towards your ESC. I love the way ARRMA has made it all neat and tidy. Going over, straight over, you've got a 90-degree angle, 3.5mm bullets, a 2-in-1 25 amp SLT receiver and ESC. Again, I've had no issues. This actually control all your gyro, your ESC. It receives all the signal from your SLT2 handset. Again, all neatly done, and they go into these little clips here with your IC2 connector. You do have a metal geared servo in here, I believe is 15 kilogram, with a typical bell crank servo saver and Ackerman arrangement. Now, I did notice previously that these two screws need backing off just ever so slightly, because when they're assembled in the factory, basically it's been done a bit too tight. You do have full metal oil filled shocks, fully adjustable on the front, and then obviously you've got these little guards there for any stones. Again, really nice shock package, and it's worked really well on the Mojave, and I do believe it should be exactly the same on this one. The chassis on this one, as you can see, you've got the kick up towards the rear where the shock towers are. Obviously a little stone guard and some venting, and then the design of the front of the car. Underneath, you've got, going from the front, is all composite, and then you're leading in. Now it is one chassis, monocoque chassis all the way through. So if you do break a shock tower on this vehicle, guys, you will need to replace the chassis. Now, I'll be straight with you. For me, that's not a problem, because replacing this chassis here in the UK is around about £23. So it's not massive money. It's not like you're going to have to replace the shock tower and this and that and the other. And, you know, you kind of guess if you bent a chassis, for the basher market, for people getting into the hobby, I think this would be absolutely awesome. Right. Fully metal adjustable turnbuckles on the front, obviously to adjust your toe in and out. And you have a full metal drivetrain. Now this car, guys, does not have a center diff. Okay, what you've got is adjustable oil filled center diff in the front and also in the rear, and it's a direct drive going right the way through with a spur gear attached straight to the rear differential. Obviously a pinion goes onto the and it's all metal all the way through. Battery tray, nice and easy to use. I didn't have any problems. Now I'm hoping that my batteries, I think my 2200 batteries will fit in here no problem, but it does look like you might be slightly limited to what size pack you can get in here. The wheels are these D-boots. I think they call them the 2HOs. Let me just take a look. Yeah, 2HOs. They are not sponge filled or anything like that, as you can see, but again, I've not had any problems with the Mojave. I'm going to see how long these last. Method have just released a set of wheels for this car and also the Mojave, so I'm going to see how long these last for, and then I might update both vehicles with the set of methods have just come out. I know also there's another brand out there that have just brought out a set for them. On the front, you've got a caster hub and also your typical hubs on the rear. It is dog bones on the rear and CVDs on the front. You've got fully metal drive shafts going to obviously your CVD and metal drive cups inside the vehicle there, and also on the rear of the vehicle. easy to work on, guys. This is one thing I will say, especially with the Mojave. The only thing I will say, I did have a little issue filling the diffs up, because inside the drive cup here, there is a little set screw inside there, 1.5mm. Make sure you're applying some heat before undoing it, because otherwise you won't be able to get into the diff. Fully enclosed drive chain, so obviously you're not going to get any dust, dirt or debris in between the gearing or anything like that, so no issues there. Right, I think I've talked a lot about the car, so let's just quickly go over. So obviously there's the body. Let's just go over what you get. You also get this quick start guide. The only thing I will say is I would have liked to have seen some differential information on what fluids the car uses, because I couldn't find any information in the tech pack or the getting started pack, but easy to obviously understand. Now you also get small scale, what's this, Metal Gear's 2-year warranty. 2-year warranty, guys, that's nice to know. So if anything does happen, contact your retailer, and obviously maybe they can replace any parts you need. You also get this little QR code here. Let's just zoom in. There you go. Little QR code. And then obviously showcase the vehicle. I keep these basically just if I need to work on any vehicles. I just scan this into my phone, and then obviously I'm able to just find out what I need to find out. You also get 4 A's. 4 AA's. Obviously for your SLT2 handset. Now your SLT2 handset, guys, just a quick bit of information. Obviously your steering wheel, your throttle, your brake, your steering trim, your steering rate, and then on the back you also get your steering reverse, your 50, 75 and 100%, and obviously your on-off button here is also for controlling your gyro. Now if you want to change it, what you do, guys, is turn fully right, hold your finger on there and go through a series of beeps, and I'll show that in the next part of the video. You also get some tools along with it as well. This wheel is a wheel wrench, and also the one thing I haven't mentioned and I really like on these ARRMA cars is all the hex hardware, guys, is 2mm. All right, so it's not like some of the Chinese cars where 1.5mm and maybe a screw rounds out and then you're kind of stuck. What ARRMA have done is fitted 2mm standardized hex hardware right the way through the car, so it should make it very easy for taking the car apart. Right, that is enough about the vehicle. I'm going to charge a battery now. We are going to get out with the car tomorrow, and I hope you enjoy the footage. I'll see you in the next part, guys. Guys, if you're enjoying the content here on Chris with a C, consider subscribing, hit the notification bell, and yeah, enjoy more content that's coming up. It costs you nothing, it means the world to me. Good morning. Okay, so Typhon Grom 223 coming out for this first run. We have come to this little industrial estate, you probably recognise it, and we've also brought some kicker ramps. The idea is today is basically just run 2 packs through. I'm trying to beat the warm weather. Now, as you can see, overnight what I've actually done, I've installed an XT60 on the car. I've done no other changes. This is literally how it is out of the box. Alright, so apart from the battery connector, I am using the 2200 mAh 35C battery. I will be looking at better packs for these cars eventually, but these are what I got, so this is what I'm going to be using. These came from my Rolalo car. Again, huge thank you to Modelsport for getting the car here so quickly. Let's have a look. Let's turn the handset on. Now, just to check DSE settings, you turn right. So that is full gyro. You got 4 stages. That's off, low, mid, high. We're going to leave it on high for the moment. Let's turn the car on. Okay, so all on. In the unboxing, guys, there was a tag on here, and that was stopping getting the body on, so I just thought I'd mention that. If you see me fumbling around, it was because, like a donut, I didn't pay attention to what I was doing. So just make it sit down now. Maybe not. Maybe I've done something wrong here. Hang on. What have I done? So that should sit down like so. We'll see. It's easier to put the Mojave on and off, that's for sure. Okay. Nope. Yeah, we're on. Right. We got steering. Let's adjust the head cam. Really like these Groms, honestly. So I am on 3S. As I say, I've done no other changes. Let's see what the trim's like. Does seem like it's tracking to the right slightly. Okay, that's better. Right. Ooh, there you go. Straight away. I hope this body thing is not going to be a problem, but we'll see. We will see. Let's just have a quick peek. There you go. There you go. That's clicked into place now. Better. Right. Definitely got some poke mind. Have I got the steering rate turned up? Yes, I have. Let's take my glasses off. Okay, so as I say, we have got some kicker ramps here. Definitely need some diff work. What I like about these things is how quick they actually are. Whew. Feels a little bit spicier than what the Mojave does. Hot on the brakes. Yeah, definitely a little bit quicker, I'd say, than what the Mojave is. Oh, okay. Now I think I might have a little bit of air control with this one because the wheel's ballooning a little bit. So I'm not guaranteeing. Yeah, that back end is definitely stepping out, so it is going to need some diff work, and that is, let me just check. Yeah, that's 4, so that should be. Whoa! Sorry about that, guys. Wife's just rung me. As you know, my little dash hound Ralph. Bit of a pain in the backside from time to time. Just managed to get a dog treat stuck down his throat. So yeah, she was panicking. He's alright though, which is good news. Right. So a different driving experience from the Mojave on this one. A bit more point and squirt. I do feel with the Mojave you can kind of get that back end out, whereas this one you've got to kind of come off the gas, which is fine. You know, obviously it's a different vehicle, this one. Very fast. But I think this is the beauty of these cars. You can pretty much take them anywhere. But I'm interested to see now if this one overheats. Now we are having some exceptionally warm weather here. To put this in perspective, yesterday here was, what was it? 33, so I was around about 91.2 Fahrenheit for you guys in America. And yeah, exceptionally warm for us because we're not used to this, and we don't have things like aircon in our houses unless you're exceptionally well off. But yeah, most places are just not an aircon scenario, where I know there's a lot of you guys in America will have that. But I think these tyres definitely need some braking in here. I am noticing the lower centre of gravity on this car seems to be picking up bumps a bit more as well. try and hit this ramp one more time, shall we? Nice, little jump there, bit chassis slap. I'm not going to go too nuts with it because it is... Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I like that. Whoop, see what I mean? Just jumps off there and then clips a bit of a curb and then over she goes. So yeah, it would be nice if there was a little bit more ride out, but again, this is a buggy. I love the power system in this car though, just like it did with the Mojave. It's oh, nope, there you go. Oh, missed the ramp. Come on, Chris, there's two of them. Little car, you should. But yeah. There's a dip in the road by there. It's catching it out every single time. Let's try there you go. So if I go wider, let's give it a... Definitely got some wheel speed, guys. Wish I brought a GPS now. DSA holding my hand there, we had a tail waggle going on. Right, okay, so I have moved the ramps, guys. Let's bring it over to me. Okay. Nice when you get some speed up. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Oh. I haven't used these kicker ramps in ages because they were too small really for the 1/8 scale stuff that I'm running. 1/10 possibly, but yeah, with these smaller scales they're pretty good actually. Little bit of air control there with these tyres. Yeah, it jumps good, so I do think this will skate park quite nicely as well. Oh, it always lands upside down, whereas the Mojave doesn't. And I'm putting that down to the wing. I think it's probably the wing. Oh, that was a big one. Oh, for God's sake. Yeah, see, once you've finished your tumble, you're landing on the shock tower and also the wing by the looks on things. So, in that sense, I think I prefer for bashing the Mojave. Although this is capable. I think with this car, 2S might be the sweet spot as well, because I'm only really getting into about 1/3 of the throttle. That was a nice one. That was a nice one right there. there you go, back on the wheels, happy days. There you go. Oh, upside down, get it. Yeah, there was definitely some distance with that jump mine. Definitely some distance, but yeah, really impressed with these cars. Really impressed. And I love the fact you can just turn anything into an obstacle course with them. Bearing in mind we are landing on concrete here as well, so there's not many cars that take bashing like this. Lovely. And I think it's all down to the weight of the vehicle as well, because there's not a lot of mass. Things don't break as much. That was a nice jump right there. Oh. A lot of walking back and forth, but there you go. Right, I think what we'll do in a minute is we'll go and give it a blip up and down. But yeah, as you can see, there's not really a lot of marks on the car, which impresses me. Bit of a tail waggy. Oop. Now the only thing I would like is the ability to change the settings in the ESC. I did look to try and find, but with this 25 amp, unfortunately it's non-programmable by the looks on things. I didn't find any information in the owner's manual, and when I looked of some way to plug in my program card, no chance. It's a shame. Very capable little car, this one, guys. Hours of fun. That was my fault. That was definitely my fault. That was a ram shaver. Temperature's starting to get up now. I've also, while we're on the subject of small cars, I want to say a huge thank you to one of my subscribers, Ian. He's actually sent me over a LC Racing. It's the EMB RA rally car. So I received that. Oh, okay, that's just turned off. Why is that? Where is that? Is that battery? Yeah, battery connector. Okay, yeah, so I am going to be doing some stuff with that on the channel, so I'm looking forward to that. And I didn't turn it on, did I? There you go. Right. Now, just to let you know, guys, if you do go down the route of changing your battery connectors, you are going to void your warranty, unfortunately. I'm fully aware of this, and the plan always was, if the ESC or goes down on one of these cars, I probably will replace it with a decent little power package, or maybe just keep the motor and upgrade the ESC to like a hobby wing. But so far they're holding up well. I was quite surprised to find out that this was 25 amp, because most ESCs on 3S are around about 45 amp to 60 amp. Tyres balloon horrendous when you get up to speed, mind, on the, with these. Oh! Oh. There you go, back on his wheels. Nope, back on his wheels. For God's sake. No. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to add a bit of preload on these shocks a sec. Because that front end is a little bit too low in my opinion. And maybe a little bit on the back. Right, see how that feels. Okay, so it definitely feels better. I think out of the box, shocks need a little bit of setup, so I will look into that. Very tippy. I did find with the Mojave I could kind of power it into a drift. This one, not so much. Not so much. Nice. Awesome little car, these. Oh, full pelt that was, guys. Sail lovely when you hit it fast, mind. Oh. But yeah, 189, guys. Honestly, wicked little car. Like I say, if you want the full RCR, obviously with the battery, 2S charger, I think it's 219. Oop, hang on, my nose cone, I've got scratches all over it already, but I'm okay with that. Lovely. Cracking little jumper. What I like about buggies though, they just soar when you're jumping with them. Whoop. And that is LVC. LVC. Can't fault it. Let's go back and give it some thought. But yeah, I've got 2 packs. I'm going to run a pack by myself because I think you've seen enough of what it does. Right guys, okay, so welcome back. Typhon Grom. Typhon Grom, what do I think? Well, overall, absolutely epic. I will say, it does need some preload out of the box, obviously on the shocks, as you noticed. Jumps and sails quite nicely. No real damage to the car, other than a few scrapes here and there. Steering, got no issue with. DSC is working fine. Electronics inside. Does look like the fan has gone out, so I will have to inspect that because I've got a feeling this fan has gone. Now, as for the rest of the car, all the electronics working absolutely awesome. I love the extras you get with this Grom, honestly, I really do. The metal shocks, you know, the metal hexes, turnbuckles, this, that, the other, 3S system. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Damage to the bottom of the chassis. Well, a few scrapes here and there, but that's going to be obvious. Obviously, we're running on tarmac. Huge thank you, obviously, to Modelsport for getting the car to me so promptly. As I say, links will be in the description to where you're picking the car up, guys. I want to say a massive thank you as well to each and everyone who are obviously watching all the videos. Guys, honestly, humbled isn't the word. It's Sunday morning, and kind of it's like a day of reflection, a little bit on how the week has been, and just every time I look in the analytics for the channel, epic, and just seeing your comments as well, massive thank you, honestly, massive thank you. Never expected the channel to work the way it does, and you know, you guys clearly enjoy it, so I'm happy with that. Right, if you enjoyed this video, maybe go check out the Grom, the Mojave Grom video. Until next time, check the box for more videos. Stay awesome. I'll catch you later.